I'll do it tomorrow. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. Does that sound like you? Watch and see some simple steps that we can actually use to help us to overcome that kind of thinking, putting things off until tomorrow. Okay, so is that you? I'll do it tomorrow. Procrastination, procrastination, procrastination. Does that sound like you? Yeah, sometimes I do that too. But I found simple ways to avoid procrastination. Procrastination, if I can say the word. Yeah, simple ways to avoid putting things off tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. It's tomorrow that never comes. Okay. So, there are many things that we might want to learn. And there are many things, that we put off, isn't there? You can go through anything. It could be fixing that shelf. It could be writing a book. It could be starting a YouTube channel. It could be absolutely anything. And so, what is it that stops us from doing these things now? What is it that stops us from, starting that YouTube channel, from writing that book, from learning that instrument? What stops us from doing it now? Why are our brains like that? Well, that's interesting. Maybe it's because we are setting our goals too high. We see things, the big picture. For example, if you want to write a book, don't think I want to write a book. Don't think I want to learn the guitar as such. Don't think I want to write a song, or don't think I want to start a YouTube channel as per se, because our brains like things that don't cause us pain. Basically, our brains they kind of like an easy way. We look for simplicity. The brain looks for simplicity. So if you have a difficult task, the best thing to do is to break it into smaller chunks, easy peasy bite-sized chunks. Yeah. So for example, if you want to learn, or if you want to say write a book, yeah, don't think I want to write a book. Think I'm just going to write one sentence today. Yeah. One sentence. Now, isn't that more doable? Does that sound better? Do you think your brain likes that? That's the trick really, is just trying to simplify things. That's how you get difficult things done. Because our brain, like I say, they don't like anything that causes pain, which is very interesting. And that's something that I'm discovering really, that's helping me to achieve more, because learning to simplify. So if you want to start a YouTube channel, for example, don't think, oh, I've got to get this equipment, that equipment, this equipment, that equipment, lighting, most expensive phone, most expensive camera, tripod. Don't think like that. Just think, well, what have I got now? What do I have? Oh, I have a phone with a camera. I could just start now. You simplified it, yeah? And you see how it makes it much easier for your brain to just do things, just do it, yeah? Because when you want to do something, and then if you think of it as being too difficult, then that's likely to have the outcome, oh, I'll do that tomorrow, I'll do that tomorrow. Yeah. So really what we need to do is really be learning how to simplify. If you want to write a book, like I say, write the sentence. If you want to write a song, you could just write, like I say, the first line. Yeah, the first line. If you want to play an instrument, if it's a guitar, for example, just learn one chord, just one chord. And you get the picture, yeah? So it's basically simplify, simplify, simplify. That's the beginning of genius, by the way. They remember that saying, any fool can make things complex. But it takes a very smart person to make things easy, simple, yeah? Or something like that. So yeah, it's very, very, it's a wonderful thing when you discover that, actually, that to simplify is how you get things done, because that's how our brain likes to see things. It's easier. I mean, for example, I remember when I was studying massage therapy, and we had to do a lot of anatomy and physiology, and that is quite a difficult subject. If anybody has studied that, it's quite difficult. There's a lot of Latin in there, so you just have to simplify things. And in order to, and when you learn to simplify things, you actually get better results, and your brain remembers things better. So yeah, that's what I did. I just simplified things. I just came up with ways of remembering that would be easy for me. So there's just so many. It's a wonderful thing when you discover that, actually, because it just makes things more doable. For example, another example is like if I have a lot of clients at a particular day. If we have like eight is a lot of massages to do, really. A typical, or maybe an ideal number of massages to do is, I would say, about 5, 6. 5 is nice, so if you have about 8, 9, it's getting really heavy. That's very heavy. So the way I tend to cope with that is I just think, I've only got one, and when I've done the second one, I've only got another one. When I've done the third one, I've just got one. And then the next one, I've only got one. So, and I find when I think like that, my brain it just seems to be much easier. It seems to energize my body as well, so that I have the energy to do it. It's only one. And you just think of it in tiny steps, which enables you to conquer the whole mountain, basically. If you were actually to climb a mountain, it would be, I'm not going to be climbing, it wouldn't be, for example, I'm going to climb Mount Everest. It would be, I'm sure, I'm going to take one step at a time, then I'm going to take another step. You take one step at a time. And that's how you conquer, isn't it? So that's the secret, really, in becoming very good at anything, actually. It's being able to simplify. And it's I can understand where, it does say it takes a very clever person to simplify, because like you say, any fool can make things complicated, but it takes wisdom, really, to simplify. And that can be applied to many things in life, can't it? Whether it's sorting your house out, learning to simplify things, whether it's maths, learning to simplify and see how things, or the meaning in the digits that you're working with. If you're learning anything at all, it's all about simplifying it first. I also remember when I was studying university years ago, I remember we had to do something, and a task, and I think it was an assignment we had to do, and we were given a whole bunch of these really thick books. We had about 6 or 7 of them, about that thick, these kind of books. And I'm thinking, I looked at the books in the library and I thought, oh my word, I don't like that. They look so complicated. I didn't understand anything. And then I thought, you know what I'm going to do? I just had this really, really good idea. I'm just going to look up the same topic, but I'm going to do it in a children's library. And I went to the children's library and I actually found a book on the topic, and it just made it so much easier. And I said, is that all it is? That's all it is. And so I was able to go and do my assignment. And then I did refer to some of those books, the older books, because I understood now the basics, of the assignment that I was supposed to be doing. And I got really good grade for that. That's because I understood it. And in order to understand something, you take simple steps. And it's the same with anything you want to start. If you want to start this YouTube channel, do not think, I'm going to start a YouTube channel. Because that could sound, well, where do I start? If you've got a phone, if you've got a basic camera, you can do it, yeah? Don't let these things put you off, You don't have to have a big professional setup, to start off with. I mean, as long as you've got something nice, it could be encouraging things that you want to share. It could be skills that you want to share. And just look for things that you're naturally good at. um, think about things that people have complimented you on, and then you can simplify that. Well, how am I going to start that? Start off with one sentence. Yeah, if you're going to make a script, start off with one sentence. Or if you're just like me, just doing it without editing, you can just be spontaneous, practice it, one time. Just have a few thoughts in your mind about the kind of thing that you're going to talk about, and then practice it. But simplify things is the key. Simplification is the key to success in life. If you want to do really well, you have to understand the way the brain works. It likes bite-sized information. It doesn't like things that cause us pain. You have to be, how can I say, be able to simplify, and it likes things that are, easy to understand, easy to comprehend. But don't we all? Yeah? It just makes life so much easier. And then you can build on that, little by little. So, I'm just hoping that this is encouraging to you, because I always try to encourage people who are studying as well. If you're learning something new, things can look very overwhelming. And, if we don't, obviously, if we haven't been learning for a long time, then that's the best way to start with anything, is just to simplify. Get children's books on a subject if it's something that you want to learn, and see if you can learn the basics from that. But in order to do well, I would say bite-sized chunks are important. They help you to understand better, and then you can build on those things. Very, very important. And so, I'm hoping that you will get that instrument, and I hope you will learn that chord. If it's guitar, you will learn the one chord. And also, please do not look for complexity. Try and keep things simple, and then build on them step by step. Because, I think the whole aim of life really is to simplify things, to make things easier. Our brains certainly like that. We learn better that way when we think that we have a chance at learning whatever it is we're trying to learn. And so I find it works better. I don't know why, but I've always been quite a good student, like 100% student, even with things like anatomy and physiology. And I think it's because I learned to simplify things. And another reason I was probably a good student is because I never wanted to do it again. If I do a test or an exam, I just didn't want to do it again. And so I just thought, I'm going to do it right first time. So I learned to simplify, and I thought, well, that's it, because I haven't got the time to keep on resitting, and I don't have the energy to keep on resitting either. So it's basically, it's important to just simplify. Keep things really simple. So it helps you to achieve a lot more. It helps you to achieve a lot more. It helps you to do well, to get better grades. It helps you to learn things quicker as well. So if you can really simplify things, that is the key. Our brains really like simplicity. So I want you to go ahead and be encouraged to start that thing, whatever it is. Don't put it off. Tomorrow isn't it doesn't work really, does it? Because tomorrow works, it turns into next week, it turns into next year, and it's not done, whatever it is you wanted to do. So the trick is to keep things simple, really simple, and you'll have more fun as well with it, because if you feel as if you can do it, then it's more fun, you want to do it. And there's joy in the journey, when things aren't overwhelming, when things are easy to do. Make it easy for yourself, don't make it difficult. And then you know, when you start simple, like for example, you're starting your YouTube channel with a basic phone, you can, with experience later on, you can always add to that, yeah, rather than getting everything all at first that you think you need at first, and then, you know, you might be overwhelmed with all that equipment and then it never gets started because it's too overwhelming. You know, you're thinking about far too many things all at once. The best thing to do is just jump in, you know, with your basic phone. As long as you've got a camera on there, then you can just begin. You've got some topics lined up, you know what you want to talk about, you know, and then just do it. Just start your YouTube channel. And then as you keep going, you know, I'd say post every day, every 2 days. As you keep posting, you will, you know, learn more things and you'll be able to add on. So simplicity is really the key. Okay, so keep things really simple. I hope this video helps you, and I hope that whatever it is you've been putting off, that you will no longer do that. You'll be able to start things straight away because you found out how to make it simple, make it easy, you know, build it as part of your routine. You know, if it is something that you want to do, for example, if it's exercise you want to do, put your trainers by the bed or something like that, so it becomes part of your routine. Yeah, so you know, it's easy for you to do. Yes, and then you can just say, I'm going to exercise for 2 minutes. That sounds doable, doesn't it? 2 minutes. And remember, if you want to practice an instrument, you could say, I'm just going to do it for 5 minutes. Yeah, 5 minutes. Doesn't that sound better? Yeah, it does sound better. So, yeah, just, I hope these few little tips have helped you. Yeah, and yeah, please comment in the video. Please comment. Yeah, and yeah, just let me know how you got on. And I hope to see you soon.